BJJ for breakfast.
What's up, everybody? Coach Nate here with tip number seven of my 10 tips to get better at jiu-jitsu. Okay, so tip number seven is to ask a lot of questions. All right, nobody in jiu-jitsu knows everything, especially when you're first starting out. I always say that starting jiu-jitsu is like trying to drink from a fire hose. There's so much information coming at you. You don't know anything, and it can be very overwhelming. Okay, so asking questions when you don't know something is super important. Don't assume that everybody else knows it too. They probably don't. If you're watching your coach demo a move and it's not making sense, or you're not understanding how he's doing something, there's probably other people in the audience there who also don't understand it. So don't be afraid to ask questions. All right. If it's getting to the point where you're asking too many questions, your coach will probably tell you, hey, let's talk about it offline. I want to get everyone practicing this move. Come over here, show me what your issue is, right? But that's fine. I always prefer my students to ask questions than to do the technique wrong. Because if you start drilling the technique wrong, you're going to start drilling bad muscle memory, right? So it's better to ask questions than to just try to fake it, right? The other thing about asking questions is jiu-jitsu is a community. You're only going to be able to learn so much from your coach because he's not going to be there all the time watching you roll. And oftentimes, some of the best information you get will be from your training partners, okay? It creates a feedback loop, training with these people every day. So if you're rolling with someone and they catch you in something and you don't know what it was or how they got it on you, after the roll, not in the roll, because that's kind of rude, but after the roll, say, hey man, that armbar was really cool. Show me how you set that up. Or that pass was really cool. Show me how you did it, right? And then they'll show you, right? I've never had someone not want to show me a technique that they've caught on me, okay? Now, they may not know the counter to it. If you say, yeah, that was a really cool armbar or sweep or whatever, how do you stop it? They may not know that, or that maybe they don't want to share that with you. But I've never had someone not want to share how they did a technique on me with me, okay? So utilize that, right? Utilize this jiu-jitsu community that we have. Ask your training partners stuff. Everybody has something to share, right? I'm a black belt, but every now and then I'll see a white belt doing something and I'll say, what is that? What are you doing? Oh, I found that when I'm in this position, if I do this, that, and the other thing, they fall over. I'm like, oh, interesting. Okay. The combinations of the human body, which is all jiu-jitsu is, okay, combinations of the human body, is almost infinite. There's almost an infinite number of ways we can rearrange our two bodies. And because of that, there's usually something you can learn from everyone when it comes to jiu-jitsu. So don't be afraid to ask your coach questions. Don't be afraid to ask your training partners questions. Higher belts are a great resource. Lower belts can also be a great resource. I have purple and blue belts who show me stuff all the time, stuff that they've been trying or putting into their game, and nobody knows everything. There's new moves being invented every single day, okay? The internet, YouTube, and Instagram have totally changed things. It's just this crazy dispersion of information, and there's no really gatekeepers anymore. It used to be a very top-down structure where the people at the very top of jiu-jitsu sent it down, and then they taught their people, and they taught their people, blah, 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 blah. So the information was transmitted very linearly from the top. It's not like that anymore. Because of YouTube and instructionals and social media, everything is just kind of organic. And if now, more than anything, it's coming from the bottom up. Okay, people are inventing new moves all the time and sending it up the chain, and then someone at the top of the chain gets it and perfects it and sends it back down, up and down, up and down. It's a crazy jiu-jitsu world we're living in these days. So don't be afraid to ask questions. There are no stupid questions, okay? If you are stuck on something and your coach is showing a move and you're just not getting it, let him finish the explanation and take it offline. Say, hey, come over here. I know you got to wrap up this little demo of whatever the move is. Step aside when you get a chance, or I'll ask you after class. That's what I always, after every class, I have like 15 minutes of Q&A, right? Where I say, I dismiss everyone, we bow out, and I say, hey, if anyone has any questions of things that worked, that you wish didn't work on you, or things that didn't work that you wish had worked on other people, or problems you're having, I'm around for the next 15 minutes, pick my brain. And usually people will. They'll stick around. Coach, I got caught in this today. What would you have done? Or this isn't working. Like, what am I doing wrong? Or I saw this move on Instagram. What do you think? Is this a good move? Does this fit into my game? Or is this one of those BS Instagram moves that looks flashy but actually doesn't work? And, we spend 15, 20 minutes at the end of every class doing that. And it's a great way to gap fill, to sharpen up your game, and to plug holes. So be inquisitive, ask questions, treat it like you're studying something, right? If you're studying math, if you're studying history or science in class, you would raise your hand and ask a question if you don't understand. This is the same thing. You're studying the art of jiu-jitsu. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you don't understand. Okay? Thank you, guys. Os.
What's up, guys? If you like that, please smash the like button, tap the subscribe button to support the channel, and then let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Okay.